what's up guys? A new deck that I'm scared to match into has dropped its way into the meta, making appearances at number 6 and number 1 in the world. This 100% spam strategy is the stupidest deck that I've seen in a while. And I've played a lot of easy toxic decks on the channel that you guys probably lose brain cells playing. Previously, Rune Giant was played with Hunters, Goblin Giants, and Cycle decks with Ram Rider. Now pro players have taken out the win condition to put in Mega Knight. Mega Knight, Inferno Dragon, and Evolved Lumberjack are so incredibly cost effective that it doesn't matter if you have a win condition because you'll be up so much elixir with buffed cards so they'll break through and break down your opponent's tower. Rune Giant, even after the nerf, turns support cards into absolute monsters. If your buffed units attack quickly like Lumberjack or Inferno Dragon, they're constantly getting the 319 bonus damage because they're permanently attacking. And if your cards do splash damage, they get the 319 bonus damage on any card they hit. It's time to buff our jumps to victory and assert dominance. Mega love to everyone that's supporting the channel with credit code SirTag, making all the hyper videos possible. This is one of the weirdest ways of playing Clash Royale without a Ram Rider or a Goblin Giant. You just have the Rune Giant and Brute Force with Inferno Dragons, Goblin Machines, and Mega Knights. This is one of those decks that if it wasn't consistently played at top ladder, I would not be playing it. It got to the point that I couldn't ignore it anymore. This guy is about to get melted. I can go Rune Giant here and then get our Inferno Dragon encouraged to do even more, while we can spam with a Goblin Machine in front as well. So the disgusting thing about what we have here is the capability of crushing his cards so fast that he doesn't even know what to do to respond. Like literally, he lost his entire counter push with nothing to do with it. So even though you have Electro Wizard into an Inferno Dragon, you didn't hardcore win the battle at the bridge compared to where you typically would. That's one of the cool things. If he didn't have Electro Wizard, I think he lost the game. But he Electro Wizard poisoned and dropped his entire bank at the bridge, so he didn't die. The only downside of what we did there is we don't necessarily cycle towards our evolutions like we typically would want to. So I'm going to go cycle my Lumberjack in the back because he cycled Skellies and Knight, so that means he can't activate King Tower with the Tornado. You would typically want to, but when you have cards in front of your tower, it just doesn't allow you to do that. We got to win the bridge battle here, so I'm expecting him to go in for an Electro Wizard, and we can Mega Knight on it. I really want to see a bad Electro Wizard here. I'm hoping he does it. Yep, that's what we're hoping for. Because if you think about it pragmatically, what would the opponent want to do? If he has limited answers in his arsenal, he's obviously going to go for the E-Wiz. So now he can't necessarily go for a good graveyard. He's probably going to NATO that to the King Tower. Oh, he Knights instead. Okay, cool. I'm glad that he didn't have NATO because that would have been a little bit annoying for us. I could go Machine here, so then we tank for the Baby Dragon and the Evolved Knight hopefully crosses the bridge. Yeah, I think it definitely crosses bridge. Then our Princess Tower is able to help out on defense. It's going to be one of those weirder games that, you know, I think we're higher ranked on ladder, so the people that we're playing against actually know how to play the game instead of just, like, immediately dying to these no-skill pushes that we're doing. I mean, still, like, this deck is really, really fun and easy to play. But if you match into someone like top 2,000-ish, wherever we are, the games might be a little bit more scary if they're good. Oh, wait, sir? I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Guess we'll find out. If I can just go in with a Lumberjack, Inferno Dragon, and spam all my stuff at the bridge, we just ignore an Electro Wizard because it doesn't do anything. We rage this up. Even though the rage doesn't extend to Lumberjack, it's still really cool. Gives us a ton of value. And we should be able to shatter almost all of his expectations of defending again. Look at the Inferno Dragon killing an Electro Wizard. Like, that's just dumb. That's not how Clash Royale should be played, but here we are. We're just bridge spamming away. And this should lock on a tower and do a ton of damage. Despite this guy playing pretty well, I don't think he's going to get out of this one alive. We'll see, though. We now have the Inferno Dragon buff, so if he Electro Wizards, it will die. So he loses an Electro Wizard into this Inferno Dragon, which is absurd. Look how fast the Knight dies, too. And the E-Wiz should die here, if I remember my interactions semi-correctly. We can just keep spamming stuff at the bridge. Like, this is absolutely brainless. And we're going to rage it up. We're going to use our Inferno Dragon here, and I could rage again just to be able to kill the skeleton, so then the Rune Giant is going to... you know, die, but at least we don't get distracted with our Inferno Dragon. So this is the interaction that we were kind of hoping for. Notice how the Electro Wizard dies. This should be a dead Electro Wizard. Pretty much. Not entirely. I guess it won out. Imagine, you know, a 4-for-4 card where you're supposed to counter one thing in the entire game and you can't even do that. That's what the Electro Wizard is incapable of doing in this meta. It's just kind of absurd, honestly. All right, we're going to go for Rune Giant here and then Inferno Dragon again. We're just going to stockpile more stuff. This is so brainless. Like, this is crazy. Like, this guy is playing so well with a good deck, and he's still getting astonishingly destroyed. Like, that Inferno Dragon probably melts most of the bowler here, and then I can go in for a Mega Knight on top of everything. He's going to Graveyard, but then the Lumberjack's just going to help out on defense, so there's not much he can do. Like, if we have a Lumberjack and Bomber, I don't know if he gets more than one hit with one Skeleton. Is that it? Is that all you got, brother? Is that all you get? Are you not entertained, says the Mega Knight, as it jumps through the bowler ball? This is actually insane. I mean, I can see how this is played at the top of the leaderboard. Like, literally, he has a deck that is really good on defense. One of the best defensive decks I've ever seen. And he's barely staying alive, and he isn't able to go on offense, which is kind of comical if you think about it from that perspective. Like, their deck is literally made to do one thing, and it can't even do that. It can't even defend well. And it's supposed to defend. That's, like, literally its mission. So we're going to go and cycle that, and more Inferno Dragon on the baby dragon, just so we can kill it. Don't want to lose the game to a baby dragon locking onto my tower. I think that's really the only way I lose. And then we can go and spam more stuff like a rune giant, evolve lumberjack, and then goblin machine at the bridge. I'm not even building up my pushes. You guys know, like, you're typically supposed to drop things in the back and build things up, but I don't think you have to with this deck, to be honest. So yeah, that rocket ship is going to hit the tower a couple times. We like that a lot. We are an enjoyer of the rocket ship experience. And then the royal... Okay, I was going to say royal ghost. Basically the royal ghost. The evolved royal ghost from the lumberjack evolution just destroyed our opponent. Like, it's so funny that even though we don't necessarily have a win condition besides rune giant, it doesn't necessarily matter because whether it's the goblin machine's rockets, the Mega Knight jump, or the Inferno Dragon sizzling our opponent's tower, if we just get a little bit of chip damage from one push, generally it's going to be enough to win the game. And it's not even that our deck's defenses are rock solid. I mean, they are tough to break through with the Mega Knight and an Inferno Dragon, but our opponent never even got the chance to go on offense because he was defending the entire match against our spam. Because the Evolved Lumberjack, Inferno Dragon, and Goblin Machine with the Rune Giant grant so many positive elixir trades, the opponent will never get enough elixir to go on offense against you. And after claiming the first win of the day, we pushed up to a clean rank of 2,700 in the world. Yo, what's up, you? This guy has finished 132 in the world. 1, 2, 3. That is such a cool rank, man. I'm going to go for a bomber in the back, and whenever we see Skeleton Split, we're expecting it to be a fast cycle deck. I mean, Skeletons fit in pretty much everything, but usually they're appreciated more in fast cycle decks. I don't like Mega Knight in the back unless we see something big in the back as well. Like if he goes in for a Valkyrie or something, I think it's worth it. I'll cycle Lumberjack here. I think it's going to be a bit more cost effective at killing that miner. And I'm going to go for a Rune Giant here as well in front of the Lumberjack, just so we can get some extra value, appreciate the Lumberjack a little bit more. And I think the Rune Giant is going to buff up the Goblin Machine too. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wait, he lost the Doctor. He lost the Doctor. I didn't even need to arrows that. That is an overcommitment. Wait, there's no way he's already cooked. Clash Royale, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. That is crazy value. Rank 123 player in the world is unable to defend that push in single elixir despite having a really good fast cycle deck with Tornado and Skeletons. Bro lost a lot of his tower there. That is a sizable chunk. Of course, you know, people at this skill level are not going to lose their entire tower against bridge spam most of the time, but him finding himself in that problematic of a position, even more problematic than me saying problematic, I'm not able to say it correctly. You know, it's kind of funny. It definitely is funny. All right, we're going to go Rune Giant here instead of cycling the Mega Knight. Mega Knight is typically reserved for more defensive situations. When we are able to use the Rune Giant, I kind of like that a little bit more, especially if we can get an arrows down here. Make me super, super happy. If the Lumberjack is going to be able to allow us to kill the Skellies, and then we get one little Lumberjack hit on the tower. Yeah. It's fun doing that. All right, we could go in for a lot of different stuff. I think it's objectively better to cycle the Bomber here and one-shot it, and then not spend any elixir on the Miner. Because obviously, the Miner's not going to do as much damage as a Magic Archer hitting me like 5 million times. So we always put precedence on killing the thing that's annoying. We can slow roll Mega Knight in the back, but I think he'll activate King Tower because he is pretty good. So I have a predilection of cycling cards that will not give him King Tower activations. Mega Knight is one of those things that gives King Tower activations all day long against good players. This kind of sucks. I think I have to go for a Lumberjack here and then go in for a Rune Giant and just like not cycle my Mega Knight until he gets that Goblin Machine, or sorry, the Goblin Stein. There's too many Goblins in this game. Gets that closer to my tower. Then I think I can, in good conscience, go in for the Mega Knight directly on top and then feel okay about it. He's going to activate King Tower. Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about. People at this skill level are just built different. They're so good at the game. Literally top 200 player is not going to be making any misplays into us. All right, so I do think that if I go in for a Lumberjack and then a Rune Giant, we might be able to cook him because the arrows do kill the Magic Archer, right? We have a lot of stuff going at him, and this is tough to defend. Yeah, look at the stupid Goblin thing just doing more damage to the tower. I'm never going to know how to call it. Goblin Machine. Let's go for arrows and a rage, and maybe we can kill the Doctor. Yeah, let's go. Wait, what the heck just happened? How did we do so much damage? Rune Giant buff is so stupid. I don't even know how that worked. I'm sitting here mystified by how that guy missed the defense. Like, that did not make sense. And we got a Royal Wild Chest too. Let's go. That was the most beautiful ending I could have ever expected. Beating someone way better than you because of a skillless deck always hits different. Because you know deep down inside you should probably never win that match. The Power Queen. I feel like this guy understands what's going to happen to him with the Rune Giant. She feels like a queen, and she is very muscly. So, you know, she does have the power. I do want to go in for a Inferno Dragon here. Typically, if I know that my opponent doesn't have Balloon, he's going to have Ram Rider, so I feel pretty comfortable cycling Inferno Dragons. But also at the same time, like, let's match our evolutions in the same cycle. If we drop Lumberjack here, even if we get a worse trade, we're going to get back to a Lumberjack evolution at the same time that we get the Mega Knight evolution, which feels really good. That's not going to jump on the tower. Oh, wait, what? Usually the Mega Knight dies right before it jumps on the tower and it arrives at its destination, but that thing popped off. I don't even know. Like, that didn't make sense, but we'll take it. I guess just getting profuse value today, no matter where we look. We can't hide from the positive elixir trades, which is not typically what happens, you know? Usually we get a little bit less lucky. Anyway, Electro Dragon is going to be a menace. If I go Rune Giant, I don't even kill that, do I? I mean, I'm going to try it because the Inferno Dragon definitely does do more damage here then. Seems worth, in my opinion, if the Inferno Dragon can just lock. Because it does extra damage. It was going to do negative value before, so now it will do way more. Also, can we even hit it? I need to use my Inferno Dragon to counter it, but I can't. Oh, this is tragic. All right, you know what? Our game plan is now use Mega Knight, Evolution, knock that back, then target the Electro Dragon with our Princess Tower. And then I think it's okay. So our now strategy to defend is, like, get the Electro Dragon on our side of the arena, and then I'm okay with it. All right, wait. Does the Mega Knight do well here? It seems like it's knocking the guards back, making it way less efficient for us to counter him. Wait, there's no way. Yo, his ghost is going to be wasted and ours just locks on a tower. Oh, no! That was so well played. I didn't even know you could do that. Damn, that's a new strategy unlocked. I love learning from my opponents. If they play better than me, like, I'll say it straight up. It'll just be that way sometimes. We are matching into an Electro Dragon deck, so this should cook us, hypothetically. I mean, we did play against someone way better than me, and we won that. Maybe we can win into a person probably better than me that also is running a card that counters me. That would be way much more fun, I guess. All right. Well, we can Mega Knight here. I don't really want to, but I think I kind of have to. There's like no shot I kill that, right? This is really bad. Do I Goblin Machine? I feel like I need to. I'm going to drop it a little bit later so then we don't go directly into the Lumberjack. Then hopefully it's able to hit everything with its big rocket blast. Take me on a rocket ship. I don't even know how this is going to go. But we're just going to spam. That's how we play Clash Royale these days. Sometimes you don't even have to know, and it just go. It just go, and you don't need to know, you know? All right, we're to arrows. Probably not going to do too much, but let's, like, rage it as well. Wait, this rage was stupid. He's going to Electro Dragon my butt. Oh my gosh, I'm a degen. But I have Mega Knight Evolution, so maybe I'm allowed to be a degen. Oh, that's on my tower. I'm cooked. I'm actually a little bit cooked right now, guys. All right, we kind of have to go Mega Knight again. And then we can go in for a bomber and maybe splash onto his stuff. Oh, I forgot the bomber's going to get hit. Oh, that sucks. All right, Lumberjack, do your thing, please. Are we going to be able to kill that or are we dead? I actually have no idea. What is this game at this point? Like, this is actually stupid. All right, we're just going to rage and hope we can get the Lumberjack evolution near the tower and get the Rune Giant on the tower and win. That did not happen. We lost. 100% we lose this game now. No shot I defend against a Ram Rider, guys. Especially if they Ram Rider middle. That's like the smart play, I think. After the Mega Knight's gone, you just like Ram Rider me. I'm super cooked. Oh, I gotta go in. Yeah, he knew. He understood the assignment. He understood the assignment. GG. You can't win every single game. If you match into someone with Electro Dragon, you're probably going to lose. And really good gameplay from our opponent activating King Tower so that he was able to have extra defenses against us for the rest of the game. Electro Dragon plus King Tower activation and guards for our bridge spam was really tough to break through. We got him down to 1,000 HP, so not like a terrible, tragic loss. It was winnable if our opponent was just a little bit worse. But of course, if we're matching into players top 1,000 or 2,000 in the world, they're probably going to win if they have a counter deck. Just looking at the matchup, it was almost the exact same thing, just swapping out the Inferno Dragon for the Electro Dragon. I gotta say, well played with the Tornado against the Lumberjack Ghost. Even though we lost, we still learned something from the match. Andresito, what's up, dude? This guy's gonna have a 3-crown banner. So we gotta get a redemption arc after that L. You guys know the deal. Whenever someone plays super well, it motivates me to play better, at least in the next match. So we see a Valkyrie. I would love to go for Goblin Machine and then immediately gobble it up with our Mega Knight because that's going to be 4 elixir down the drain, and I think our opponent might be in pain. Okay. Why are we playing against a P.E.K.K.A deck with a Valkyrie? Clash Royale, what are you cooking today? What is this monstrosity? I'm going to go for Rune Giant on the other side, and I can actually get our Inferno Dragon buffed, I think, still. So I'll wait a little bit. Maybe I can do that if we're not unlucky. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think the Rune Giant does buff it if we Inferno Dragon like that. And then we have dual lane pressure where we can still use the Rune Giant on offense and appreciate the fact that we can kill the P.E.K.K.A a bit more faster as well. I don't know if you guys like that play, but I like using Rune Giant for split lane pressure like that just because it's so hard to counter an Inferno Dragon by itself. Did he just like lose almost all of his tower? Yeah, that's insane. Like that was an Inferno Dragon dealing like 1,000 damage and killing a P.E.K.K.A and forcing out a Fireball. So just from an elixir extraction perspective, P.E.K.K.A and Fireball is 11 elixir, and then 1,000 damage is just icing on the cake. So I do think that this deck is a little bit better than most people give credit for it because of plays like that. The maneuverability that you have with Rune Giant, still buffing a card and then going to the other lane and then buffing another card if that card dies, like super, super cool. So we're going to Rune Giant here and Inferno Dragon and get ready for our opponent to probably go in for a P.E.K.K.A. I think we can kill it though. We'll see. All right, we're going to go arrows and we should melt the P.E.K.K.A. Even if the hunter kills, it's fine because oh, never mind. I thought that the Goblin Machine would stay alive and then target tower with another rocket, and then I'd be in a really good spot. I mean, we still traded relatively well, but man, playing into P.E.K.K.A, it is sketch. We matched into Electro Dragon, now we're playing against P.E.K.K.A. Clash Royale has a weird world with us. Does not want us to win. I guess it's bad karma for running such a toxic deck, to be honest. It does make sense. If you run a toxic deck like me, this is what you deserve. All right, so we're going to be able to go Inferno Dragon here. I don't love this situation that the Inferno Dragon probably not going to be able to kill us super quick, but who knows. Well, arrows as well. Seems like a bit of an overextension on my end, to be honest, but it's fine. We'll cycle that at the bridge because we have the Inferno Dragon and we have the Lumberjack helping out. Lumberjack's going to die, and then we'll just rage up our machine, maybe. Unfortunately, we can't rage again. I really wish that still worked, but it is what it is. If we Bomber, we might be able to break through the Hunter without it, you know, killing us. Oh, if I raged, it would have been really, really fire. Okay, so we have Inferno Dragon still. I can't cycle that or we lose. I can, however, go Rune Giant and be okay with that. If he balloons, we will Inferno Dragon it. I think he has to Fireball this every time. So let's just do this. And let's go Lumberjack, Goblin Machine, everything on the other side. I think that's probably our best play. It's going to be hard for him to defend this. Nice. You can also Rune Giant aggressively, but I think it's probably better to go Rage and then just try to take the tower here on the counter push. So what we're going to do is we're going to Rune Giant again. Going to pull everything. P.E.K.K.A dies. And this is going to be really, really tough for him to defend. We can just continuously spam like a savage. This is the way that we want to play the game. Especially if we can go and pull him again. And then arrows here. I think we've got this on lock. Kind of? I mean, I don't know if we take it before him. Oh, barely. Okay, that was insane. I think I should have raged on offense because then it would have taken one less hit and it wouldn't have been near as sketchy. But I was sprawling my spells on defense and I was like, maybe this will stop the Lumberjack, and it didn't even touch the Lumberjack, so I don't know what I was doing. I should have 100% spelled on offense and it would have been less sketchy, but still super sketchy. Anyway, we won the game after getting screwed by 2 bad matchups in a row. At least we were able to conquer P.E.K.K.A after losing to Electro Dragon. Mega Knight, jump on the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.